All right, UALR final exam review, problem number 36 for college algebra. We're doing rational functions again. First part of this problem, this is number 36, asks us to find the domain. Remember, the domain is everything that you can plug in for x that give you a real number y back out. In a fraction, when the denominator is 0, then the function's not defined. So we're going to factor everything on these rational functions that we can. Got x plus 5 times x minus 5 in the denominator. So any number that makes the denominator 0 is not in the domain of the function. So in this case, -5 and +5 make the denominator 0. So all real numbers except positive and -5. It says identify all x-intercepts. An answer doesn't exist, then all intercepts. All right, x-intercept is where y equals 0. To make a fraction equal 0, the numerator has to equal 0, but the denominator can't equal 0. So you look for what x values make the numerator 0. So we set the numerator equals 0, x equals 0. But we double check and make sure that it doesn't make the denominator 0. If I plug in 0 in the denominator, I will get -25, so we're good. So x equals 0. They want it as a point. So we're going to put x equals 0. Sorry. Yeah. And the y has to equal 0 in the x-intercept. Remember, on a y-intercept, that's when x equals 0. So to get the y-intercept, we're going to plug in 0 for x. They're going to be the same. The y-intercept is always going to be g of 0. So we get 0 over 0 minus 25, which is just 0. So in this case, the x and y-intercept are the same, but that's not always the case. To find the x-intercept, you plug it, you find out what makes the numerator 0, but not the denominator. To find the y-intercept, you just plug in 0 for x, and the y value is what you get left. Find any vertical and horizontal asymptotes. In this case, the degree of the numerator is 1, the degree of the denominator is 2. So when the degree on top is less than the degree on bottom, then we have y equals 0 as a vertical, or yeah, y equals 0 is a horizontal asymptote. And to find the vertical asymptotes, we set the denominator equals 0, and anything that makes the denominator 0 that does not make the top 0, the numerator 0, that's where your vertical asymptotes occur. So in this case, -5 and +5 make the denominator 0. Neither one of them makes the numerator 0. So x equals 5 and x equals -5 are your vertical asymptotes. Then it wants us to sketch the graph. All right, I'm going to look again. We're going to do this on the calculator. Look at the windows, -15 to +15 for both of them. We're going to type this function in the calculator and graph it. So I'm going to set my window, -15 to +15 for both. Then we're going to put the y equals, clear that, have x divided by, I'm going to put the denominator in parentheses because the numerator is just one term, so you don't have to put it in parentheses. Then I'm going to hit graph, and we will match that. Let's see. So we're going to have, oops, let's look where I see what we got. Ah, there we go. Let's look at this again now. This looks like we have vertical asymptotes 5 and -5, crosses the x-axis at 0, 0. This is what ours looks like. I can't blow the screen up, but this is the graph. And that is number 36.